Good morning, boys and girls. I apologize that this video is late. We had a teacher meeting this morning, and I'm still getting used to making the videos and uploading them. But I really enjoy them. Let's just spend some more time discussing some of the things that we wouldn't maybe have time to do in class. Our next word is prejudiced. If you weren't sure where that was, it's on your Monday letter. And it's page 139. We did point it out the other day. The next one will be forge. So the first one is prejudice. So let's go back to our sentence. I suddenly see all the arguments and the rest of it in a different light, and I am not as prejudiced as I was before, or as I was. And if we go back a sentence, she's talking about how her attitude toward the Van Dans has changed. So she's not as prejudiced as she was before. So go ahead and make sure you fill out the information you might have already. So I already put the page, but it's Saturday. Hope you guys can see my pencil writing okay. The 22nd of January. Or if you wanted to do 1/22/1944, you can. Okay. So she's not as prejudiced as she was. So I went ahead and pulled it up on WordWeb. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. So in this case, it's an adjective because she's describing herself, and describing words are adjectives. And great job to Sadie. She commented in the other vocab video. I appreciate that. Being biased or having a belief or attitude formed beforehand. So that's when you go into a situation and you already have an idea of how it would be. It's like when you guys came into 6th grade, I think the prior 6th graders kind of warned you how hard it was, and oh my goodness, you're always doing homework and the tests and hours and hours of homework. And then some of you said, wow, it's not as hard as I thought it was. But you came in prejudiced, thinking that 6th grade was super hard, I can't do it. And a lot of you were saying, oh, this is not too bad, I can do this. And maybe it was the other way around, but if you come into something with a preconceived notion, then that's being prejudiced. So part of speech here is adjective. So she was prejudiced toward the Van Dans in the sense that before they even said something, she just assumed that it was going to be rude or distasteful. All right, so it's an adjective, and the definition, you can use your word web, you can use dictionary.com. Being biased or having a belief or attitude formed beforehand. Okay. In your word web, also discriminatory is in there. So if you discriminate, now that's a word that we hear today. There are certain races that are discriminated against. Women have been discriminated against in the past. Now, if I pull back word web, I want you guys to see if you see something in the definition that has to do with our Anne Frank study. Do you see anything that stands out that might have to do with our study? Do you recognize that? Anti-Semite, the word we used in class was anti-Semitic. That was discrimination or bias against Jews. So that's in there because it's a very real, long-standing feeling. And there are different types of prejudices, but we're just going to talk about this one in particular. It wasn't against Mrs. Van Daan because she was a female or because she was a Jew, just because she had been unkind in the past, so she felt everything she said was going to be unkind. So you guys can go ahead and write the sentence from the story. I suddenly see all the arguments. I'm going to hold it out, so hopefully we can do both at the same time. I feel like I need an assistant. Let's see if I can do both. There it is. Okay, perfect. I suddenly see all the arguments and the rest in a different light. That's figurative language too, because she's not talking about actual light, but it's like she's seeing it with a different filter almost. She can see it in a different way. And am not as prejudiced as I was. So you guys are able to use this word as prejudice. If you take off the D, that would be a noun. You could say, I have a prejudice against junior high. I think it's going to be too hard. I can't do it. Or I have a prejudice against spicy food. I don't like it. Even before you tasted it, sometimes you end up liking it. My daughters are that way. We show them a food. No, I don't want it. You have to take a bite. Please, no, Mom. Yes, you have to take a bite. And they take it, a bite of whatever it is, and they love it. So turns out that their prejudice was wrong. So you can use it as a noun in your vocab sentences. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and I'll make a different video for the word forge. And I will see you soon.